Hi, this is John from Proper Coils, and today we're having a look at the Lost Vape Centaurus Quest BF box mod and Centaurus Solo RDA. So here we have the Centaurus Quest BF box mod from Lost Vape and also the Centaurus Solo RDA from Lost Vape. This can be bought in a kit form, so I'm going to review the two of them together because these come together in a kit form. And before I get into it, thanks to Lost Vape for sending this on for review. So we'll go through the RDA second. So box mod first. So on the packaging here you have the color of your device in the box, Centaurus Quest BF box mod, and on the side here you have leak-proof Squonk design, Squonk and storage 2-in-1. So we'll get into that. The capacity of the Squonk bottle, or both bottles it comes with, is 9.5 mil. The chipset is 100. It has a 100 watt max power. And it'll take an 18650, 2700 or 21700 battery. On the side here you have Lost Vape's social media. On the back you have your content, so Type-C charging cable, user manual, warranty card, 18650 adapter, 9.5 mil liquid bottle container, I'll show you that, and the box mod, and then the usual signage on the back. So we'll open her up. Just Lost Vape here, nothing else. And in the box you get your warranty card and your user manual. Here's your 18650 adapter and your USB charging cable, USB Type-C. On the side here you have this bottle. Now this is not a Squonk bottle. It's got a hard plastic cover on the front. The idea of this is that it will, if you're using this as a dripper and not in Squonking mode, you can fill this up with 9.5 mil of juice, and you can use it to drip onto your RDA. So something a little bit different there from Lost Vape. The mod then itself is in this white bag. And here is the mod. So this comes in several colors, as always, from Lost Vape, but I'll throw them up on the screen now. So on the side here we have Lost Vape, and on this side we have a Centaurus Quest. Nice large fire on button, carbon fiber side panel here, and the leather or pleather, but it feels like real leather and looks pretty good, I think, on the side. Your chipset is the Quest 2.0 chip, and it's well known to being a good chipset. On the top here you have your 510, and you can see the hollow 510 pin there for squonking. On the base here you have your battery cap, which is one of those twisty levers. So lift your lever and give it a twist and it'll pop off. And on the bottom there you can just about see the positive indicator, and you have a negative indicator here on the base of the battery cap. So we'll pop in at 21700 and we'll screw her back in. And that is your chip. So very similar to a DNA chip. So you have your power and click the middle button and you can cycle through your different modes. So straight into temp control, stainless steel 904, stainless steel 316, titanium, nickel, and your power curves, voltage, bypass, and then back to your wattage, and click the middle button to set that. Change your wattage, click the middle button and up and down. and it moves in 1 watt increments. Or if you're trying to adjust it smaller, you can go in 0.1 increments until you hold it again. And it rounds robin back up to 100. So I think most people are familiar with this chip, very good chip. Then you have your profiles. You also have there your seconds of your puff. You can set it to soft, normal, and hard. So I'll leave it on normal. You have your puff counter there, so I have 1,344 puffs in this. I've had this over a week. I've been giving it a good testing before I put up the review. Then in your settings, you have your atomizer, which gives you your readings, and you can remeasure your atomizer. Screen is your brightness of your screen. We leave that full. Color is, you can change the different colors on the menu. I'll keep it at white. User is your profile, so you can come in here and change your resistance, your wattage, and whether it hits at soft, medium, or hard, and set that. And when you get back to your main screen, you can choose whatever profile you've set. Reset is factory reset settings. About is your chipset, so it's version 1, and back to the main screen. So pretty good chipset. Other than the DNA, this is probably my second favorite chipset I've used. So we get on to the Squonk bottle. One thing I'll say is that the first negative about this device, it does pop off a little bit too easy in my opinion. Now it's on a rail system and it clicks in, but I have noticed sometimes I've been trying to squonk with this and it's not squonking because it's not pushed up tight. So you need to give it that extra little bit of a click. Now it's not falling out. It's not just randomly falling out on me, but it mightn't just be fastened tight enough at times, which is stopping the squonk mechanism from working. So I feel like it should be a little bit more secure in there. The system itself works well, other than the clip here at the top should be probably a bit more sturdy, I think, in my opinion. Now the way this also works is it's like a pressure fit system, so it's spring loaded, so that won't let juice out the top hole here without some pressure, without the nozzle being pressed in. So that's a really good handy thing, because if you're taking it out to fill it, it's not going to start pouring out the top nozzle here when you're trying to fill it from the bottom. The bottom fill mechanism is a little small cap here, and it's threaded. Now another con for this is the fact that how small it is. I've got fairly big hands and it's a very, very fiddly trying to get this cap off. Now I do eventually get it off, but I feel like that should be a bit more, I feel it should take up a bit more room. It should be a bit wider. So the catch then on the cap would be bigger then, especially for people like myself that have got bigger hands. Filling it is fairly easy. We will grab a bottle. So literally just get your bottle and push it in and fill away. And because there is no air release, you can see how that bulges. You'll have to let it go every so often to release the air. But it's fairly easy to fill. You can also screw off the top cap. Overfill there, lovely. So I ended up overfilling there, so I had to tidy up a little bit with some paper towels. But yeah, so careful not to overfill this, because there is no way for the air to escape when you're filling it up. So take your time and release the air every so often, and you should be fine. So we get the cap back on. Again, for me, as someone that has bigger hands, it is slightly awkward, but we'll get there. There we go. So give it a wipe. So as I said before, there's a pressure system on the top here, so that there's a little valve that needs to be pushed in for the juice to be released to the RDA. So if I press this, no juice will escape. So that will only release juice once that's pushed in. So, and it is pushed in once it's slided into the rail mechanism on the mud. So to get that back in, just easy, just slide her in and push, and there's a clip. Now, you'll see now that once you press it in, that juice is coming down now. So the valve system does work. Again, the only thing I'll say is the bottom cap for the juice should be a bit bigger, and the catch here should be a bit more sturdy. And the latch, yeah, basically the latch should be a bit harder to press in. If it was harder to press in, it's not going to release as easy. The idea, I think, is very good. I just think it could have been done slightly better than it has been. But otherwise, I've been really enjoying this. Other than those two little things, I've been really enjoying this. Right, we'll go through the RDA next. So we have the Centaurus Solo RDA. So it's a single coil RDA. And you have your user manual. And you have your warranty cards. And you have your RDA. Now, when I seen the semi-gold one, I wasn't really impressed, but it actually doesn't go too bad with the brown tanned leather. So it's, for this setup, it's actually pretty good. It also comes with a spare gold drip tip. So it's more of a concave one. And in the little accessory pouch, we have some O-rings. We have a studded 510 and a squonk 510. So you actually have two squonking 510s. Because one is in it already. And I'm not sure why you have two squonkable 510s. But you have, and then you've got the studded one and then your O-rings. That is it. So we'll zoom it in. So you have A10 drip tip, and it's got that ring design on the bottom, similar to some of the Hell Vape RDAs, like the Dead Rabbit and that. That does actually slip off. There we go. And you have a black O-ring to hold your A10. Any juice or bits and bobs you see is from me, because I've been using this for like over a week. On the bottom here, you have Centaurus Solo. So vape in a bin, your CE mark. And we'll screw it on the mud, and we'll open up the deck. So it's a single coil RDA, 2-post design. Your airflow comes in here on both sides, and it travels down these channels here, which line up with these channels here and here, and the air ends up coming out diagonally, that sort of direction for both sides. So here and here. Now, to get the proper flavor, or the best flavor in my opinion, you need to have this fairly high set. Your coil is going to be sitting somewhere here in the middle. So you're going to be hitting the bottom left side here and the bottom right side with your airflow. So you're fairly high set, but very easy to build on. 2-post design. In my opinion, because this is a fairly airy single coil RDA, you should be going for a fairly low build. So around, in my opinion, around 0.3 and lower would be the best. Probably the 0.2, 0.22 is probably the sweet spot. So that is that. Your inner chamber is fairly well machined. No real issues with that. And then your airflow is matched on both sides. You just spin your top cap here. That is that. So we'll throw a coil into this. So we're going to put a single coil fused Clapton from Proper Coils, of course. So it is a 2 cores of 24 gauge Anarchist NI80 wrapped in 34 gauge Twisted Messes NI80, and the Omega dual coil 0.1 to 0.11. So single coil, they should come out at 0.2 to 0.22, which is perfect. Should be perfect for this device. And the inner diameter are 3mm. And here we are. So let's get a build in this. So that is the Lost Vape Centaurus Quest BF box mod, all wicked up, coiled up, and juiced up. Let's bring it back up top, and I'll give you my pros and cons. So back up top with the Lost Vape Quest BF box mod and solo RDA. So a few specs that I forgot to mention when on the down low. The RDA itself is 24mm, and the mod can accommodate a 28mm RDA or RTA. So we'll get into the cons first. The only 2 cons I have, I mentioned them in the down low, is the fact that the catch for the bottle could be stronger. It's not popping off on its own, but it doesn't take a whole pile of effort to get it to pop off. It's not detrimental to the whole mod itself. It's just, if it was just slightly harder for the bottle to come off, it'd be an improvement in my opinion. The fact that the little bottle cap on the bottom is so small, I think that should be slightly bigger, because for the likes of people with big hands like myself, it's a bit fiddly trying to get that off. You can get it off. You can also take the bottle off and just screw this top cap off, and it comes off very easy and it fills easy. So they're the only 2 cons I have for it. Pros wise, I think it looks great, and it comes with a lot of options as I showed you on the down low. Generally, Lost Vape stuff just looks good in my opinion, and this is no different. I like the leather, and I like the fact that you get carbon fiber on the side. Price wise, I think it's a pretty good deal, especially if you buy the kit. The kit's about £76. To buy the mod itself, it's around £51, and the RDA is around £22. So if you buy the mod on its own, 51, but buy the kit instead, it's only 14 quid extra for it, and you're basically getting the solo RDA for 14 quid if you buy the kit. So I think buying the kit is the way to go. The RDA on its own it's an area RDA. it's on the airy side of things for a single coil RDA. So you need to build to allow for the fact that you've got a lot of air. So you should be building like 0.3 and lower. I come out here with the single coil fuse Clapton at 0.09, 60 watts, and it's vaping great. Plenty of flavor, plenty of clouds. It's not noisy. There's a little bit of noise, but I wouldn't call it a noisy RDA. The fact that it hasn't got honeycomb airflow, you might expect for it to be noisy, but it's not noisy. It's smooth airflow. Because it's such an airy single coil RDA, there's going to be a bit of noise, but it's not overly noisy, and it's nothing that's going to annoy anybody, in my opinion. The chip that comes with the mod is very good. For a generic chipset from a company, it's probably the best one. In my opinion, it's probably the second best chipset after a DNA chipset. Basically overall, I think it's definitely worth the price. It's a good looking mod. It's built well. The RDA works very well as long as you have the right build in it. Apart from those two niggly things about the cap and the fact that the bottle could have been strong, the mechanism could have been stronger for holding in the bottle. I can definitely see myself using this a lot. I've been using it for like 10 days now, and it's probably going to be my like beater mod. It's going to be the one I'm going to be carrying to work, driving in the car with. So yeah, so that was the review of the Lost Vape Quest BF mod and Centaurus mod and the Centaurus Solo RDA. So if you like the review and you like the reviews in general, make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell. If you're looking for any handmade coils, make sure you head over to propercoils.com. I hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.